Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Report for Tuesday, the 28th of March, 2023. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 finished the day 1% higher at 7,034 points. The energy and materials sectors did best, while healthcare and utilities didn't fare so well. Lithium stocks were on fire after a massive offer for Liontown Resources. More of that shortly. But the lithium companies certainly did well from it, with Core Lithium and Alkem up 15% and Pilbara Minerals 12% higher. The banks did well today, with the 4 majors plus Macquarie up by 1% or more. Woodside and Santos were big outperformers, while the defensive stocks, CSL, Telstra, Woolies, Coles, Transurban, all underperformed. Away from equities, Brent crude prices are higher, so too coal and gold prices, while the Aussie dollar also appreciated against the US dollar. It's trading around 67 US cents. There's just a sense of calm in global markets after the gyrations of recent weeks. Certainly the banking crisis isn't over, but actions by regulators have settled things down. Story number 2, Origin Energy has agreed to Canadian giant Brookfield's $18.7 billion bid, subject to regulatory approvals. It's the biggest deal this year and includes a promise by Brookfield to invest billions of dollars to accelerate the decarbonisation of Origin. Origin's share price closed flat today. Another deal today was the purchase of United Malt for $1.5 billion by French giant Malteries Soufflet. That sent its share price up 31%. And lithium group Liontown Resources said it's received a $2.50 a share offer from US-based Albemarle. Now, that sent its share price up more than 68% today. Incredible. A very big day in corporate activity. Story number 3, all of Australia's banks have passed the Australian Prudential Regulation Authority's theoretical stress test, which is definitely good news given the current nervousness around the global banking sector. The regulator, APRA, conducts stress tests to see what would happen to a bank under different scenarios. It might be a big jump in interest rates or a recession. If the Reserve Bank lifted rates by 400 basis points, local banks would survive, according to APRA. It's unlikely to happen. Good to know the banks are strong. The lenders also could survive major data breaches and unemployment rising to 11%. Story number 4, negotiations on the federal government's key housing proposal are set to drag into budget week as the Greens and crossbenchers push for extra measures to address the housing crisis. The government says it will raise $10 billion in a housing fund to finance the construction of 30,000 affordable units for the most vulnerable. But the Greens are calling for major amendments for their support, including more rental assistance and the building of 1 million new homes. Independent Senator David Pocock, who joined the Greens and unions outside Parliament for a rally today, is also holding out for a more ambitious government plan. And finally, story number 5, the World Bank wants governments around the world to adopt policies that could avoid a decade of lost global growth. The bank says the engines of growth that have fueled economies over the past 3 decades are losing steam. Productivity growth is slowing, investment growth is slowing, populations are ageing, and trade is losing steam. The World Bank expects that global growth will fall from 2.6% in the last decade to 2.2% in the next decade, a third lower than the early 2000s. That's it for the afternoon report for Tuesday, the 28th of March, 2023. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Join Michael Thompson and I tomorrow morning for the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed, the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.